Parlour, Pet Parlour, Pet Parlour, Pet Parlour, Pet Parlour, Pet Parlour. Hello again and welcome back to Marchbane's Midlife Dolly Crisis. So today we are going to be unboxing another Sindy doll because I admit I am probably a bit obsessed at this point. This is going to be my second one. So my first one was Sweet Treats and this one is this girl here who is Pet Parlour. So in my last video I might have indicated that she ran a pet shop. It's not a pet shop, it's kind of like a pet grooming salon, I suppose. So yeah, so she should be interested in her, but she's got a lot more stuff going on here, as you can see. She was €30 over here in Ireland, and I think she's probably about, I think she's £25 in the UK. It's funny because I always associate Sindy as being blonde, just like this girl, because that's the main one that I remember from my childhood. I know that there was the odd brunette, but on the whole they seem to be blonde. Both actually Sindy's and Barbie's. Barbie's actually more so, I think. I only really remember seeing blonde ones of those. So yeah, in a way she seems like a proper Sindy because she's blonde. She does actually have very long hair by the looks of it as well, as we can see. I don't really remember Sindy having very long hair when I was young. It's odd because dolls are normally associated with kind of like hair play. So it's interesting that Sindy didn't really go down that route and that let's give her like masses of hair. Barbie on the other hand, it was like, yeah, just here's like a doll with like lots and lots of hair. But Sindy was kind of less so, I think. I remember having kind of shoulder length hair and sometimes actually even shorter. But then she was, you know, she was a jockey and she was a ballerina, so it was probably easier that she didn't have very long hair because she was so busy with all that and having to keep the house clean and stuff like that. Whereas Barbie probably just sat in her arse and got someone else to do it. Yeah, we are going to open her and I'm very excited. So we shall see what she is like. So here we go. This is our Pet Parlour Sindy doll in her packaging. The box is actually quite substantial compared to our Sweet Treats box, which is the last doll that we opened. It's almost twice the size. Obviously, you get a few more kind of accessories, and they're a bit more substantial, I guess, in this than they were for the Sweet Treats Bakery. But obviously we'll get onto those when we open the box. So obviously the rest of the packaging is pretty much the same. So we have this lovely image here of Pet Parlour Sindy. The artist, thanks to Octopudding, is Rachel Godfrey. And she basically did the artwork on all of these. She also did the artwork on the collector's line, which was out last year. I will put a link down below to Octopudding's site where she actually reviews the collector's dolls. So if you're interested in those, I would suggest you go and have a look and see what you think of them there, because the reviews are actually really good and really in-depth. We also have an image here of Sindy in her pet parlour with all of her craft sort of stuff made up. We have an image of the craft stuff on the side. So you kind of get like a shelf unit, a sign for the outside the shop, and I think a pet carrier there. And then at the back we have more of these really cute images. We can actually see this one better than the last one because unfortunately on my Sweet Treats box there was a big Argos sticker right on the faces. So yeah, so here was Sweet Treats, who we opened already. This is the fashion blogger. This is a stylist. Unfortunately, in the last one, thought she was a hairdresser, but she's actually a stylist. This is the one we're opening today, who is the Pet Parlour. We have the ballerina, and we also have the pony club or riding club or the kind of horsey girl there. And then we have this big image here of Pet Parlour Sindy telling everyone to be kind, which is a nice thought. What I didn't notice, and I'm presuming they're going to be in all of them, is right down here in very small letters. It says, when you buy from a small business, an actual person does a little happy dance, which is quite cute. Obviously, you know, you have to kind of be looking at it quite closely to see that. But yeah, I think that's quite a nice touch there. And then here on this side we have the image of the doll and all the accessories there. So I've already snipped away at any of the tape, so it should be easier just to remove stuff and get her open. So obviously this is the front of the shop, which is why we've got all these kind of nice designs on it. And this is the door and this is the window. Obviously, when you open it, just be very careful what you're snipping at, because you don't want to ruin the box, because you're going to want to use it. It's actually quite easy. There are basically these big kind of like circles of tape on various bits. I think it's like 1, 2, there's one there, one at the top, one at the bottom, and then one which attaches the band around on here. So yeah, let's open her up. There we go. So obviously we've got plastic stuff here. As I say, this is kind of the windowy bit. So let's remove her here and have a quick look at the box. So we have some very cute images of animals on here. We've got a rabbit. Do you take those to the pet parlour? I'm not so sure, but it's very cute anyway. We have a cat. Again, I don't remember ever taking any of the cats, any of the family cats to a pet parlour. Maybe it's for like ones with kind of long-haired cats, maybe. So yeah, that's fair. Maybe also long-haired rabbits, I don't know. We've got another little adorable puppy here having a bath. He looks a lot happier than some dogs that I see having baths, mainly on Instagram. So this bit will come out. And here we have another bit there. So that is kind of going to be what your shop would look like. So you've got this really nice background image here. You can see that. And then you've got kind of the window and the door on that side. These bits here are kind of the crafting bits. So this is going to be, it says grooming table. It's also got shelves on it, so you can put accessories and stuff on there too. And it's actually on both sides, so it doesn't really matter if you see the back of it. It's still not going to look like, you know, a piece of cardboard. It's going to look like what it's meant to look like. And then this is the other bit here. I mean, that's a nice image on its own, but obviously we've got that, which is kind of replicated in the shop there. And then this bit is basically, these are the shelves that would fit into the grooming table, and then we have this, which is the pet sort of carrying case. So let's put these all to one side and let's have a look at the doll and her accessories. Okay, so here she is in her plastic. I've already snipped the tape, so there is tape on both sides, and again, it's those kind of like sort of big round sort of sellotape dots. So this will easily come off. I'll remove that. So here we go. So this is our doll, and she basically just pulls straight out. There's none of those awful Kimball tag things that the fashionistas seem to have. So let's put her to one side before we get too engrossed, and let's have a look at the little accessories that we've got. So here we are. I've got the accessories out. So yeah, they basically just slip out of the plastic. You might need to be a little bit clever with it and turn it upside down and just kind of push, because the bone particularly was very hard to get out. But yeah, at least there isn't any ties or those Kimball tags or anything like that in it. So we have got a little pet carrier here, which should open, and we have, whoops, we have a little kitten in there. He should come out. There we go. So, I don't know if you can see that. Very cute little sort of fawn coloured, I guess. So that is a little cat there. We've also got a little brown doggy there. And we have a rabbit here. A kind of grey rabbit. So obviously you can use this for any of the pets. You might even get more than one in there, to be honest. But also remember, you do have the pet carrier that you can make with the crafting stuff, which is attached to the packaging. We also have a little pet bed there, which you can put. Can you put more than one in? Not really. You could do. Maybe not. Okay, so yes, you have a little pet carrier there, little pet bed there. We also have a comb here for obviously like brushing and grooming the animals, and we have a bone, presumably for the dog, and we have a little bowl here, a little pet bowl, to obviously put food or water or whatever in for them. We've got other little books here. Obviously this one is going to be geared towards the Pet Parlour Sindy. So there'll be things relating to her. The quizzes are different, and the little kind of drawing challenges and stuff like that are again going to be different. And the rest is probably going to be the same, because it's basically telling us about the other dolls and about maybe this forthcoming fashion line, hopefully. It also actually gives you here some Sindy hair care tips of how to wash the hair and to take care of it. So that's quite good. Basically, you use baby shampoo, apparently. Sadly, I don't think baby shampoo would quite cut it with the Blythe hair, but Sindy's hair isn't greasy. So, there we go. So, let's have a look at the doll herself, shall we? So, here we go. So, I'm not going to show you the articulation, because you're probably sick of seeing that by now. But yeah, so these dolls are very articulated. Lots of bends and stuff like that. There's a rubber band here which I'm going to remove. Her hair is very long, so it will probably look really nice when it's loose. I'm probably not going to be untying it or anything like that, not just yet anyway. I'd be worried I wouldn't get it to look as nice again. But obviously, as I mentioned, hair play is kind of one of the things that dolls are sort of famous for, I guess. So it all struck me as a bit odd that years ago, the earlier Sindys, their hair wasn't very long. But obviously now they've made all the hair long. It would be nice maybe to see a shorter style perhaps. But obviously, you know, little girls like playing with dolls' hair, so there we go. So she has blue eyes. As I say, this one reminds me more of the Sindy doll, because she is blonde, and I always associate the original Sindy doll, or you know, the one that I remember from my childhood anyway, as being blonde, and she's got the blue eyes again, which I always associate with Sindy. She has got some really nice pink lips and some blusher. Again, she's got the eyebrows drawn on, and she's got little eyelashes again drawn on. So the outfit is very cute as well. It's a pair of dungarees. It does feel like denim, like a thin denim. I don't know if it is. It looks like denim. So yeah, it's got this little pocket here, which unfortunately isn't real. We've also got some pretend pockets there. I mean, that's not a huge problem. So it's got Velcro on the back, so you'll be able to remove that. It's also got this really nice... can we move this bit? It's got this really nice long sleeve t-shirt here with kind of like a rainbow stripes going through it, which is nice. It's kind of a nice piece on its own in a way. So yeah, obviously you can kind of mix and match the clothes. Let me put this back on. And then she's got some little trainers on. Now I don't know if these are the same as the ones from Sweet Treats, just these ones are in white. If you can see them there. They certainly look very similar, but obviously they're in white, whereas hers were in a kind of a light, like a sort of a lilac colour, very light, pale lilac. So yeah, so here she is. Again, she's a really lovely doll. She's very poseable, which is great. There's something very kind of vintage to me about her face mould and everything, because obviously it's the one that I remember from my childhood. Yeah, I just think she's very cute. There's also something quite anime about her. I think it's obviously the eyes are quite big, and the proportion of her head probably. But yeah, she almost reminds me of the Licker dolls, or is it Licker or Leica? I think it's Licker. The Licker dolls being kind of like the Japanese version of Barbie, I guess. So yeah, I mean, I would say for the money, she's actually, she's a pretty good doll, and she's very poseable, as we discussed in the last video. You know, she has a lot of movement going on, which is good, particularly I'm guessing when, you know, people are buying the ballerina doll, and also, you know, the horse riding doll, because obviously she's got to sit on the horse. The ballerina has to be able to move around because she's doing ballet movements. So that makes sense. It's nice that they kind of did it to all the dolls, and it wasn't like, oh, we're going to give this doll, you know, very poseable limbs and we'll just give the rest just standard. So it's kind of nice that they've given them all this kind of really good posability. And even at €30, I think £25, it's a good doll. It's a nice quality doll. The hair is really nice. You don't have to do anything with that. As I mentioned before, you know, I bought Stock Blythe dolls and their hair has been horrible, and I'm paying, you know, 3-4 times as much for them as I would for this doll. And also, you know, the fashionistas, a lot of them, you know, their hair is fine, but some of them you do have to actually do something to it. You can't just leave it like that because it's got kind of product in it, or it's just, you know, I guess maybe sitting in the box, it hasn't really helped it either. So yeah, so this is my second Sindy. I'm kind of umming and ahhing about whether I want to get the whole set or not. I definitely want to get 2 more. The stylist I really like because she has pink hair, so I'll probably be getting her for sure. And also the fashion blogger, I really like her too. It was only really the ballerina one and the horse riding one I wasn't sure about. I'm kind of coming around to thinking I actually want the ballerina now, because having seen videos with her in, and I'm going to name drop again, Octopudding has already done a unboxing of all the dolls, and seeing the ballerina there, she looks a lot better than she did in kind of like still pictures and, you know, images. So I've kind of come around to that idea. I'm still not sure about the horse riding one. I do really like the doll. It's just the fact that she's a bit more expensive, and I don't know what I would do with the horse. It feels like a shame to buy the whole set when really I just want the doll in a way. But I guess we will see. So what are your thoughts on Pet Parlour Sindy? Do you like her? Is she giving you kind of old Sindy kind of vibes there? Have you collected them yet? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. I always really like to read the comments and try and reply back. So yeah, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please remember to subscribe if you'd like to see more dolly stuff. And yeah, have a great time doing whatever you're doing, and I will see you very soon. Bye.